a hard line to toe, that if it was fake and if it wasn't something that was real, full of substance, that it would fall apart already. But it just isn't, and it's not going to. 100%.
Really, I can't fuck with you. I guess I'm just not a fan.
Hi, my name is Garrett. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. Today we are talking about PPG Casper, and that is definitely someone who I've known about, but the lack of videos on this channel just did not sit right with me, and today we are righting that wrong. Today, I did do a reaction video for a song that he and Steven Moses put out over a year ago by the name of Sick in the Head, and I think that song is just so goddamn good and is still in rotation to this day. I think just Steven Moses has this thing where whenever you see a feature from this guy and you see that collaboration, you not only see him come out and show out, but you also see him bring out some of the best with the people that he's working with. And I don't know if that comes from like a studio session where they're just feeding off of each other's energy, but there's something very, very special about that song, and the reaction video is still on this channel if you would like to go check that out. But recently I did get a fucking comment from a guy named Cole Frazier, and shout out to you, Cole Frazier, because you're the whole inspiration of this whole video. He said you should definitely check out some of his more recent songs, particularly the one that he just put out, and that's what we're here to do today. This is just gonna be a traditional let's check it out, let's see what's going on. I need to educate myself, and hopefully you guys find something new here as well. PPG Casper comes by way of New York, and he has this very melodic, but also just this very respected mantra to him, where his attitude and just ability to kind of be a chameleon on all these different tracks and show so many different sides has always impressed me. And I think we're gonna get a nice collection of songs that we can look at today and kind of point our finger at and be like, there's a lot of good stuff in this guy's catalog, and there's even some songs that I haven't heard and caught up with yet, some of the newer shit. So let's just get into it. Let's have a good time. If today is the day that I earn your subscription, I really hope so. Thank you so much. We're making our way to 1,000 subscribers, and you know, maybe you could be that 1,000 subscriber. Without further ado though, today is all about PPG Casper. Let's jump into it. As you can see, here's the reaction video that I did over a year ago. If you would like to go check that out, please do. You know, you can see my name awkward ass motherfucker, but if you'd like to go check that out, that exists for you. And the song that I'm reacting to is this one, and the way that PPG Casper has this vocal performance that is like rock star-esque, but then you compare it to a lot of the songs that I have heard since this, it really does show just the collection of sounds that this guy can make. And there's so many snippets that people just call out for and just really want him to release, and that just shows that there's this ravenous fan base who just wants to see this guy win, wants to see this guy put out content, and just wants to be there to root him on as he does so. So I think we should start here. I think this is a perfect example of just how fucking good this guy is.
Didn't see the demons when I fell in love with you. A broken heart for one is just a broken heart for two. I've been eating Percocet like I've been eating food. Life just has been the same since I can't get to you. So hate on me all the way. See, tell me that I'm all you need. Now you think you're sick of me.
And it's so simple, but the like breath control there and just the way that he's just kind of belting this out from his fucking inner core really paints a beautiful picture. But that's an old song. Again, if you'd like to see a full reaction to that, please go ahead and check out the video that I put out last year. But moving forward, I think we're going to jump into the most recent release on his personal YouTube channel, which is by the name of Complications. And this is produced by SC. And yeah, let's just jump into it. I have no idea what this is going to sound like because I haven't heard it yet. So raw reaction, 1, 2, 3, PPG Casper, Complications. Let's go.
This addiction is fucking on my brain right now. I just need someone to pray right now. Yeah, I swear to God, I can see your face right now. So many homies in the sky wanna pray right now. Sorry for the complication, know that it get complicated. I'll never be enough for you, I know that I will never make it. Make it off the dress, so I don't know like what the fuck you saying. Let me get your number, baby, let me get your information. Sorry for the complication, know that it get complicated. I'll never be enough for you, I know that I will never make it. Make it off the dress, so I don't know like what the fuck you saying. Let me get your number, baby, let me get your information. I know I'm falling for you. You know it's hard, but it's true.
See, like just the way that he's able to make a very like tight knit hook where it's like very lined up like a fucking row of dominoes, and then he just kind of very caressingly breaks that domino span and just kind of lets them all fall. But he also doesn't just let the chaos ensue. He has control over all of these tracks in such a very professional ass way, and I've always appreciated the way that he's able to just intertwine these different types of styles and flows, but also maintaining such a high level of emphasis on melody is just some of those things where you will overlook it, but how easy to listen to this guy's music is just 10 to none. Like, you cannot beat it. And then that hook just comes right back in and just hits you in the jaw. If you forgot about it, nah, he's here to line it right back up. Fire, dude. Like, some would say it's so simple, but there's something very well crafted here that I have to just tip my hat to, because it really does come across in all his songs where you're just like, man, there's something so goddamn fun. And he is kind of a part of this this crew based out in New York, which is Surf Gang, if I'm not mistaken. And this song that we're about to play next is with Pasto Flacco, and this song's called Don't Wanna Dance, but I believe Pasto Flacco is in that same crew as well. But man, do not sleep on Mr. PPG Casper, because there's something bubbling here, and it's on the cusp of just breaking the fuck out.
Bitch, I'm on drugs, I don't wanna dance. I just caught designer pants. I know how you feel, it's how I feel, you know I understand. Really, I can't fuck with you, I guess I'm just not a fan. Had to get it from the dirt, bloody nose and bloody bands. Bitch, I got them cash right now. She give me a cat, I get right out. Broke her back, I ain't tryna touch her spine now. Come over to your crib, now I made it my house. Get hit cause you walk with a gun out. Trouble maker, he don't want with the sun out. I'm gonna tell her to give me a sold out. Think about crashing them up to the sundown. Neck tight, she wanna fuck, hit up my phone and she giving it up. She be fucking with a whole game, we be messing it up.
She wanna try to queen, band up, what's your handle? Take you up, oh yeah, dismantle. I get bands, get the shit on the rack. Boy, don't let the clock get to your head. AR-15, yeah, shit, you dead. You sippin' on purple, you sippin' on mess. Yeah, on the press now. That's a
bitch, I'm on drugs, I don't wanna dance. I just caught designer pants. I know how you feel, it's how I feel, you know I understand.
And whenever you see this guy in a video, and whenever he's putting a visual to his art, you can really see the like level of confidence that I'm saying. Like, everything seems so calculated, the way that he is just able to put it out front. Like, it does not feel like someone who is just sad making music. It feels like something that is very meticulously calculated. And even if there is a bunch of drugs and sadness deep within his system, it never comes across like it overshadows the artistry that he is trying to put forth. And that is like some of the hardest shit that you can do, and it's very easy to get lost in the sauce, with, for lack of a better term. Like, you can easily ride that line and then the fans just give up, like, because there's not enough substance there. But with the personality that is so subtle, and the ability to, again, just put forth this mantra of like, I know what the fuck I'm doing here, like, it really paints this picture of like sloppily well put together songs that you would think at face value. And you would think that when you finally have the camera on this guy, you will see through this character. But really, every single time, it just feels like this is who PPG Casper is, and this is the music that he makes, and this is exactly how it's supposed to be. It all feels like it's supposed to fit together like a fucking puzzle. And I respect the hell out of that, because you can't just make that up 200 songs in. Like, this guy has a fat fucking catalog, and every single one does bring that across. And I think that's such a hard line to tote, that if it was fake and if it wasn't something that was real, full of substance, that it would fall apart already. But it just isn't, and it's not going to. 100%.
Really, I can't fuck with you. I guess I'm just not a fan. Had to get it from the dirt. Bloody knows I'm bloody best. Bitch, I got him cash right now. She gave me a cat and I get right out. Broke her back, I ain't tryna touch her spine now. Come over to your crib, now I made it my house.
Got a whole lot of emotion, I don't know how to approach. Yeah, I'm flying like I'm praying mantis. Yeah, I'm not unloaded. Yeah, I had to control all my feelings. Yeah, I had to control. Now it's going to my head. Yeah, it's stacking. Yeah, it's bloated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I cannot fuck with you niggas. You niggas be worried about all of the nonsense. I don't got no time to stall. Let's get it on and poppin'. Now I feel sorry for all of the bitches that used to be flopping. She don't worry about nobody. Hey, I be holding on. Hey, I don't trust nobody. Hey, me on on. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm on drugs, I don't wanna dance. I just cop designer pants. I know how you
Like, between these two past songs, as well as the song with Stephen Moses, those are 3 dynamite hooks. Just dynamite hooks. They're so catchy. And again, when you see this guy just perform it, you're just smiling, man, because he knows he's just sitting on fire, just waiting for the world to acknowledge.
feels how I feel, you know I understand. Really, I can't fuck with you. I guess I'm just not a fan. Had to get it from the dirt. Bloody knows I'm bloody best. Bitch, I got him cash right now. She gave me a cat and I get right out. Broke her back, I ain't tryna touch her spine now. Come over to your crib, now I made it my house.
Just so much fun. Like, just again, the professionalism is there, even though it's put together on this kind of, again, sloppy platter where you're thinking that it's so easy to hate and that there wouldn't be enough there to really sustain like a full discography that people are paying attention to and fiending. And we're going to see a few tweets that he's put out as far as snippets, and people still just throw them in his face and they're like, please, man, just release this. And, you know, I think he's really sitting on a gold mine, and it's only going to be a matter of time for when the world really takes notice. And once he blows up, it's going to be unstoppable because, again, there is just a fat fucking catalog of, 1, unreleased shit, but 2, you can go and look up this guy's name on YouTube and just find so much good stuff. And people still like comment on that video that I did a year ago, and it's probably one of the worst reaction videos I've ever made. And you know what I mean? And people can still look through that and be like, I don't care if this guy's making a shitty video. I just want to see someone react to PPG Casper. And that alone is enough to get me to, 1, come back and take a note and just be like, all right, let's fucking take some time to do this. But it really is the thing that's going to drive this forward. And when it does pop, it's going to keep going and not stop. And I think there's something just so pure and just hard fucking core about that. One of the last ones we're going to be checking out is I Hate This Feeling, produced by Tommy Too Hottie. There's a video for this. Let's jump into it. PPG Casper, do not sleep, my friends.
Tommy Too Hottie.
Step in the spot and they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just on a drop trying to rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat. Step in the spot and they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just on a drop trying to rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat. Yeah. No, I don't know what to do. You be gone. The pills I'm a geek. Yeah, you know that I'll be gone. Bro, you on the club and I should be here so long. Know you always fat. Always listen to my song. PPG there with me. In the club we move strong. Fire demons up the prick. You said it right in the wall. I told you not to play with the fire, then it burned you. Even God's punk, yeah, baby, I done cursed you. Step in the spot and they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just on a drop trying to rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat. Step in the spot and they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just on a drop trying to rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat. To religion and a Hellcat. Hollering all you
think clearly the like VHS aesthetic, while that is a little drawn out here in 2020 towards the end of this year, I think that there is something very raw about that aesthetic, and it does fit this music. But I would love to just see this highly produced music video. And while I cannot find any documentation that shows that this guy is signed, and you do kind of see that DSLR feel with a more like traditional music video with that song with Stephen Moses, but I'm sure that just came out of like Stephen Moses's label budget, which is more than likely, I think, with Columbia, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, maybe I'm off terms with that, but he has an aesthetic, but it would be really, really cool. And I think it would do numbers for his catalog if there was something that was a little bit higher quality as far as the way that the visuals are coming across. But you can't deny that this aesthetic fits him, and you know, it fits so many other people, like Dripping So Pretty, you know, Lil Peep back in the day, Lil Tracy, they really ran with that fucking aesthetic. It's embedded in the like SoundCloudy type rap, and these type of videos are riddled across YouTube, but there's just something that makes me just want that really, really high production budget, that just for one banger of a song, just to see what that does for his catalog and for his fan base, and just growing an audience beyond what it's already been. Because the people who are there and the people who are in his corner are very loud and very excited. But getting these other new eyes in a more, I guess, digestible way is something that I really, really want to see, and I will be there 100% for it.
I'm taking W's, baby, I can't fuck with the losses. I'm at the W, baby, finna lose a deposit. Baby, you ain't too good, baby, I already speak, baby, I don't wanna talk. Yeah, I wanna think that I'm free, it's true, looking at my dreams, and you running on the cars. Yeah, Percocet don't make a dream, but she feeling like a fiend, she ain't feeling like a boss. Step in the spot, they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just wanna drop, tryna rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat. Step in the spot, they watching me. What? No, you cannot compete. Just wanna drop, tryna rock with me. Boy, you lost your beat, yeah.
That was I Hate This Feeling by PPG Casper, produced by Tommy Too Hottie. Shout out to that song. I think it's very fun. But I think those other ones are also just such bangers and just fire ass hooks that you can't deny. Recently, he did tweet on December 14th. He was like, part 2 coming for my birthday week. I'm not too sure when that is. And then after that, you won't hear auto-tune on my voice again. I saw this tweet, and this kind of interested me because I was like, well, what is this? And and there's that like DSLR look. It's not so like VHS aesthetic, but automatically you get into this vibe of just that hyper pop craze that is just going wild right now. That glitch trap, if you will. I think there's something there with just him being able to tackle this. And you would think, oh man, is this guy just hopping on a wave? Just wait, I'll show you. Like, just so hard, bro. So I thought there was a chance that he was just hopping on a craze, but when you do it that well, like you deserve it. Like you earned that. But then I scrolled into the comments and someone just said, "Nah, you better drop this too." And this is from February 27th of 2020. So this is before quarantine. This is before any of like the blow up that we've seen in this kind of space. Yes, it is a little bit post like 100 Gex obviously, but 100 Gex took, like, if you even call them hyperpop in a way that's like, oh, they're hyperpop, then nobody sounds like them because they're so wild and crazy. But when you look at this, man, like, this shows you that there was no hopping on a craze. He's been experimenting with sounds and working in this style into his music. And while it maybe hasn't dropped in an official way, this has been in the making, and this is something that, you know, you can get excited for, I think, because if he even touches this style, the way his hooks just are so well done, and the way that he automatically uses like melody, but so cleverly embedding, like, again, just these catchy hooks surrounded by these equally catchy verses. Like, to make a catchy verse, that's fucking hard, but he seems to have like unlocked this key that really just kind of opens up this level of mastery. And again, this just shows that this is like 10 months in the making of working on shit like this. So this is something he dropped back in February. It's just a snippet. Apparently it's never came out. Even right here, he was saying, what's the song? And he's like, unreleased. I don't think it's came out since then. This is fire though.
Energy, I guess me believe what you said to me. Blood drip on your lips, you're afraid of me. Plastic gloves in my hands, taking out the chance. One kiss, one pill, taking out the dance. Party in the light, she just wanna have fun. Party in the night, she just wanna do drugs. XOXO, never fall in love. You're breathing, I'm doing your lies. Party in the night, she just wanna have fun. Party in the night, she just wanna do drugs. XOXO, never fall in love. You're breathing, I'm doing your lies. Is it true? I guess we believe what you said to me. Blood drip.
Like, it's just so fucking infectious, dude. Like, you up those beats per minute, you make it sound like a fucking DDR song, and you're in there, man. And like, your voice just lends to that just naturally. And I feel like a lot of people who are going to start entering that space are going to feel like they're trying a little too hard to fit the narrative of what's popular. But one, with this documentation of this existing prior to this whole craze that we've seen post-summer, I think this is something to keep an eye out on. And I think that PPG Casper is definitely someone that we shouldn't be sleeping on, because again, once it pops, there's going to be so much music for people to find and listen to that it's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard for them not to just fall in love with this guy. And I think the number one thing that you can do for yourself after watching this video is not to sleep on PPG Casper, and do yourself a favor, go follow him on social media, support his music, because there's a lot there that you can look into with a lot of different styles that I think it's kind of there for everybody. Like, everybody can find a fucking song that they're going to enjoy, and I hope that you can go ahead and do that. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think of PPG Casper? What did you think of the music videos that we watched? Did you like this video? Did you dislike it? Let me know down there as well. You can follow me on Twitter, YOGRT, RRTT, Instagram as well. Now in rotation on those two platforms as well. Take care of yourselves, and that is all, you beautiful folks.